Today was a historic day in the bay, the Raritan Bay. We started here in South Amboy, where there's only a few miles of fetch, and ended here in Sandy Hook. The water was a balmy 35.8 degrees. It didn't look like much from the beach, but the wind was howling, so we knew there had to be some bumps. I'm on the Progression 170 from Unifoil, and Ed is on the Code 860R.
I think the further up we stay, the better. I would say a mile off. That way we stay in the deep water. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
After only a half mile of paddling, whitecaps began to form.
We're going downwind. Holy shit. The wind's blowing 40, gusting 50. Ah!
I still have the bad habit of looking back. When it's this small and close together, you don't want to build up too much board speed or you run into the bump in front of you. So I like to wait till the last possible second and give it a quick burst. It was only knee-high, but there was energy in the water. When the bumps are this small, you either go straight down the line or S-turn back and forth so you don't run into the bump in front of you. Stacked bay bumps are so cool how close together you are. You can have a full conversation. These bumps were steep and close together. We're about a mile in, and there's starting to be a little more space between the bumps. A little more open area to lay down some cars. Most of our ocean runs down in southern New Jersey require a lot of cutting out to sea, so it's such a pleasure to be able to go straight downwind. I'm riding the short fuse, so I'm a little more nimble with the yaw turns. I have the 14.5 progression tail, and I'm running the 0.5 negative shim. The negative shim seems to offset a little the pitchiness of the short fuse, and it also seems to add a little bit of glide. Started to pick up quite a bit of speed, so I wanted to try and go up and over. But I ran into an uphill, so I had to bail out, go off to the right. We are off the tip of Union Beach, about 5 miles in. It's hard to believe that's a downwind race foil. Looks pretty nimble to me. Most of my paddle up is spent keeping my balance, using my paddle as a tripod, waiting for that last second. When it's this windy, the whitecaps nearly pick you up and push you onto foil. This little stretch had the nicest clean faces. It felt like a full snowboard groomer run. Ed has that nice technique. He's looking forward, waiting for his nose to point up, and then putting down some quick, powerful strokes. This is what I call maintenance pumps. Just some little taps to keep the flow going. There was a little random seaweed. Here we have Ed trying to clear his foil.
Oh, shit!
Looks like I hit a little flat spot here. Even though it looks pretty flat, you have to trust that there's energy around you. May not look like it, but this is the first bigger lump that I got to bomb down. When you're going straight downwind, it's so nice to have the option to either go left or right. Turn off of this lump, go up and over this one, and bank into the next one. When it's this windy, there's energy everywhere, so you can kind of go where you want. We're nearing the tip of Keensburg, about 7 miles in, and the bumps are starting to feel more like a swell. This was a nice surfy little wall. Got to do a top turn, straight into a bottom turn, right up into another top turn. This shot really shows how much the bumps had lengthened out. Ed's on an 8.6 board and he has plenty of room. As a goofy footer, I definitely prefer to go left, especially up here where the sun is at your back. When you go right up here on this run, it's kind of blinding. I got on the back side of this swell, so I had to turn left and hop on over to the one behind. How cool is horizon lock on the GoPro? You can point it in any direction and it stays straight. Now that we're 10 miles in, it really starts to feel like you're in an ocean run. There's a lot of energy rolling across this deeper water. 40-mile-per-hour gusts are no joke. Sometimes they just take you down. I realized I was out a little too far, so I started cutting right. Here I'm riding the lip line until I have enough speed to turn out to the bump behind. This stretch had some wild backwash. Sometimes you don't see it coming and you pearl right into it. "12 miles in and it's bombing. I'm using the full YMA stance to hold on. We're passing the naval weapons stations, Earl. You definitely want to stay outside the buoys. Like I said, you want to stay outside the buoys because the use of deadly force is authorized. This is my most hilarious paddle up. The last couple miles were super fun, but my GoPro died. I was trying to get one more paddle up, but I was tired. So I tried to catch one on my belly. Paddle fell off, hit me in the throat, flipped over, and I called it a day. Epic run with Ed. 17 miles of fun. This is Ed's board. I think it's 8.6. He used it on the Hawaiian Channel crossings with his code 86ER. My 170 and my 7.8 board. We celebrated our epic run with some delicious pizza.